Hi everyone, it's Sarah and I'm back again with another Office snippet for you. This one is for Word and it's about something called Autocorrect. You might wonder what I'm referring to, so I'm just going to demonstrate for you. Let's say you're in a document and you start typing a C with brackets around it. This is the one that annoys people the most, I think, and you'll notice on my screen it's changed it to a copyright symbol. Now, the majority of people I see will just backspace a few times, they'll try retyping it, maybe backspace again and type it again, and eventually it will kind of pick up the fact you don't want it and it will do as you told it in the first place. But it will be far more lengthy than doing what I'm about to show you. So what you can actually do, what it's done, it's something called Autocorrect, and it's a hidden facility in the back of Word because it's always doing things for a reason, and that's what you need to remember. So if you've typed something and it changes it, you'll notice that the moment I hover over it now with my mouse at the bottom, there's a little lightning flash coming up with autocorrect options. So if you then click immediately on the arrow, instead of the backspacing, etc. You have some options. So you can change it back to C just on this occasion. You can tell it to stop doing it permanently. Or if you want to see what else it might be doing that's annoying you, it's well worth having a little look in control autocorrect options. So I'm going to click on there just to show you why it's doing everything that annoys you. So autocorrect corrects things like two initial capitals, first letter sentences. So a lot of these are quite useful, especially the accidental usage of caps lock key. I know that annoys everybody. But the replace text as you type, you have a choice here of whether to do any of these things. So if it's doing something you don't want it to, just click on that item and just delete it from the autocorrect area. It's worth just having a good look through these, but there are general spelling errors. You've got your smiley faces, which of course we all want, so you'll probably leave the majority of them here. But what I always suggest to people is if there's a regular spelling error that you make, you could actually say replace whatever I mistype it as with, and then you can type in here the correct option, and then it gives you the option to add that as an autocorrect entry. So well worth thinking about. The other thing in here is you have some auto formatting, as it's called, and this happens as you type things. So for instance, you may have noticed when you do a web address, it immediately puts it in blue and underlines it, and that's one of my bugbears. I really don't like it. So in here, I normally would have this unticked, which is the internet paths with hyperlinks. Another one in here, fractions, you might not want it to change it to fractions, or if you type a date, you might not want the S and the T or the T and the H in smaller type. So you can untick any of these that you don't want it to do. I would recommend leaving on the automatic lists because that's actually quite useful. But again, if you hate automatic numbering for some reason, you could even turn that off so it will never do it. But that's something I wouldn't recommend. So anyway, you can fiddle around with these to your heart's content, click on OK when you're happy with your settings, and that will then never do whatever you've told it to ever again, and the problem is then fixed permanently. So I hope you find this one useful. As always, please do let me have your feedback. It would be lovely to hear from you, and thanks again for listening.